Hello, wonderful mathematicians, and welcome to week 6 of Math for grades 1st and 2nd. This week, we will be working to solve one-step addition and subtraction problems. For our lesson today, boys and girls, you're going to need a pencil, paper, and a positive attitude. We will go through our introduction, warm-up, vocabulary, number of the day, and math lesson. This objective for this lesson is that we will solve one-step problems involving addition and subtraction. For those of you who have tuned in before, you know that I am Mrs. Ward. I am a first grade kindergarten teacher for HISD, and I am also a HISD Mint Teacher Leader. Thank you guys for tuning in today, and let's get ready to go on a math adventure. Some of the vocabulary words that you will hear for today's lesson is equal, equation, add, add-in, sum, subtract, difference, compose, decompose, unknown term, and number sentence. And these definitions, boys and girls, were taken from the HISD curriculum guide. For our warm-up, you should already have your tablet and your pencil. If you have crayons, you can use them also. If you don't have it, go ahead and grab it really quickly, because we're going to start by using 10 frames, to think of 3 ways to make the number 10. In the past lessons, we have talked about a 10 frame. A 10 frame is a frame that has 10 boxes of equal size. It is 2 rows, and each row contains 5 to total 10. You can use your pencil or your crayons to model ways to show the number 10. Let's think of some together. I'm going to start with my red counters. If I put 3 counters in my 10 frame, how many blue counters do I need to fill the 10 frame? If I want to compose the number 10, remember compose means to put together, and decompose means to take apart. So if I want to compose the number 10, I'm going to put together 3 and what? You can count the empty boxes to help you. That's right, 3 and 7. So if I fill my 10 frame with 7 blue counters, my number sentence is going to combine the red counters and the blue counters. So my number sentence should say 3 plus 7 equals 10. So one way I could compose the number 10 is to put together 3 and 7. What is another way that we could create the number 10? Let's start with 4 red counters this time. If I have 4 red counters, 1, 2, 3, 4, how many blue counters do I need to create the number 10? You guessed it, I'm going to add 6 blue counters to create the number 10. So my number sentence should say 4 plus 6 equals 10. Give yourself a pat on the back. And let's try one more. This time, let's try 6 red counters to start with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many blue counters am I going to need to put with it to make the number 10? Ta-da! You guys are so smart. I cannot trick you. You're going to need 4 blue counters to make the number 10. So that lets me know that I can put together 6 and 4 to create the number 10. So my number sentence would say 6 plus 4 equals 10. Great job, boys and girls. Now, I want you to put on your thinking cap, mathematicians, and I want you to look for clue words. Listen to the action words in these stories and see if you can find a story that is representing addition. That means to solve it, we would do addition to find the answer. We're going to draw a circle around each box that could be represented by addition. The first story says Sandy had 5 apples. She ate 2. How many does she have left? If she had 5 and she ate 2, would I use addition or subtraction? You're right. I would use subtraction because she had some, but they're gone now. So that means it's no longer there. And they asked me how many she had left. So I know I need to subtract. Look at the next word problem. It says, Jose made 4 TikTok videos last night. This week, he had 2 more. How many TikTok videos has he made? First, he made 4 videos, then he made 2 more videos. How many does he have now? You're right. This is going to be solved with addition. So we would put a circle around this problem because he started with 4. He made 2 more. So that means I'm taking 4 and 2 and putting it together. So if I'm combining it, that means I'm using addition to find the sum. Remember, the sum is the answer when we add. The next problem says Emily played Roblox for 13 minutes this morning. She played for 5 minutes this evening. How many minutes did she play in all today? Listen at those action words. She played 13, then she played 5. How many did she play in all? If I'm looking to find out how many she played in all, I'm going to put together 3 and 5. So would that be addition or subtraction? I heard some say addition and some say subtraction. The correct answer is addition. If you said addition, pump yourself up twice. Whoop, whoop. Because if you combine 13 and 5, that means you're finding the sum or the total. So you would use the operation of addition. And the last problem says Sanaya had 10 books to read. She read 2 last night. How many books does she have left to read? She had 10. She already read 2. So how many is left? If she had 10, but she read 2, that means I am subtracting because 2 she is done with. So that problem I would not circle because it is subtraction. Wonderful work, mathematicians. In our lesson today, we're going to be using a strategy called cubes. Say the word cubes. Yes, cubes. Cubes is an acronym. An acronym means you write the word and each letter of the word stands for something else. In the word cubes, the C stands for circle key numbers. U stands for underline the question. The B stands for box the key terms or action words. E stands for eliminate information you don't need. And the S stands for show your work and solve. So when we're going through this problem, boys and girls, these problems, boys and girls, you're going to circle the key numbers, underline your question in the word problem, box the key terms or action words, eliminate information we don't need, and show our work and solve. So let's use the cube strategy to solve a one-step word problem. This problem was adapted from the HISD Problem Solving Journal. It says Caleb earned $87 by doing chores throughout the summer. Then his grandmother gave him $25 for his birthday. How much money did Caleb receive in all? So let's break this problem down. Ms. Ward put our cube strategy up on the screen so we can remember and make sure we go through each step. So the first thing we want to do is circle the key numbers. They told me he had $87. Then he got 25 more. So I'm going to circle 87 and 25. Next, I want to underline my question. When I underline my question, that doesn't mean underline the whole problem. I just want to underline what they're asking me to figure out. They asked me, how much money did Caleb receive in all? So I'm going to underline, how much money did Caleb receive in all? Now I want to box my action words. They told me he earned $87, so that lets me know he got it or received it. Then his grandmother gave him 25. So if she gave him 25, that's letting me know he's getting more. So I know I have to combine these numbers to find out how much there is in all. So I didn't have any extra information I need to eliminate. So now I'm ready to show my work. First, I want to show 87. I'm going to show 87 using my 10 frames. So I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Now I need some ones. 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87. Now that I've represented 87, next I'm going to represent 85. I'm going to use tens and ones again to show 20, not 85, 25. 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So first I showed you the number 87, then I showed you the number 25. Now I'm ready to create a number sentence to solve this problem. I know I have to put it together. So if I'm going to put it together, my operation I'm going to use would be addition. So the number sentence that I'm going to create would say in 87 plus 25 equals what? I'm going to count all of my counters to solve for 87 plus 25. You can add it on your paper while I am counting it. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Notice I counted all of my tens first. 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112. If you added it on your paper and you wrote it down, you would have started with your ones column first. But since Ms. Ward just counted all of the 10 frames, I add all of the 10s first and then my ones. So my answer was 112. Did you get that for your answer? Give your brains a kiss. So my number sentence says 87 plus 25 equals 112. You can use words and numbers to tell your answer. So I wrote $112. I also could have put the dollar sign, but they asked me to use numbers and words. So my answer is, how much money did Caleb receive in all? He received $112. Now let's try one more. In this problem, boys and girls, it says that Carla had 15 rocks in her collection. She gave 7 to her friend. How many rocks does Carla have now? Well, we want to start with our cube strategy. And you can write that strategy on your paper to remind you what to do when you have a word problem. Remember, the C is for circle the key numbers. U, underline the question. B, box the action words or keywords. E, eliminate extra or unneeded information. And the S is to show your work and solve. And by show your work, I mean show how you got the answer. Don't just give me an answer. Give me some type of illustration, a number sentence, a diagram. So in this problem, we know Carla had 15 rocks. She gave 7 to a friend. We're looking to see how many she has now. So let's start by circling the key numbers. My key numbers are going to be 15 and 7 because she started with 15 and she gave 7 to a friend. Next, I want to underline my question. So my question means, what are they asking me to figure out? What do I need to know to get to the answer? They're asking me, how many rocks does Carla have now? So I would underline my question, how many rocks does Carla have now? My next step is to box my action words. Here I see that she gave 7. So if she gave it, that lets me know that she does not have it any longer. It's gone away. So if she gave it away, that lets me know she's losing some, not gaining. So what operation would I use to solve? Ding, 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 ding. If you said subtraction, give yourself a truck stop. Honk, honk, beep, beep. Good job, little buddy. Nice work. So if we start with 15 and give away 7, we don't have any extra information to eliminate. So now we're ready to show our work and solve. And to eliminate means get rid of. So we would draw a line through it. So first, Carla started with 15. So for my diagram or my picture illustration, I'm going to draw 15. I'm going to show 15 on a number line. I know that she gave 7 away, so I need to count back 7. So I'm moving to the left 7 times. Count with me. If we start at 15, she's going to go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I went backwards because I'm taking away. If I was adding, then I would move to the right and count up, but I'm counting backwards, not forwards. So what number did we end on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Notice I put a dot on the number 15 to identify the number that I started with. So I started with 15. I use my arrows to represent counting backwards, and I took away 7. So what is my number sentence going to say to solve this problem? My number sentence is going to say 15 minus 7 equals 8. Did you get 8? You guys are really intelligent. Now let's use words and numbers to tell our answer. So what were they talking about? They asked how many rocks does Carla have now? So how many rocks did she have left? Carla had 8 rocks. So if I want to use numbers and words to tell my answer, I would write the number 8 and write the word rocks. So my answer is 8 rocks. Now, boys and girls, you're going to be getting ready to do some independent work. That means you're going to try it on your own. So before I put up your independent work, make sure that you have copied down that cubes chart on your paper. You can use pictures to help you remember what each one stands for. So when you write the letter C, remember to put a circle so that you remember to circle the key numbers. A U so that you underline your question. A B to box the action word and key terms. A E to eliminate the information, and you would just draw a line through it if you had something to eliminate that was extra. And that S to show your work and solve. And remember, when you're showing your work, you are showing me more than one way to get the answer. So you're giving me an illustration, a number sentence, and using numbers and words to tell your answer. Are you ready for your independent work? Come on, you can do it. First graders, my first graders, when we started, we showed 3 ways to make the number 10. Now I want you to show 3 ways to take away from 10. So on your paper, you're going to use 10 frames. You're going to fill each 10 frame with 10. And then you can use X's to show that you cross them out to represent what you're taking away. Give me 3 different number sentences that show different ways to take away from 10. Go ahead and draw those 10 frames on your paper. And remember, you're going to show me 3 different ways. And it has to have the number sentence to go with it. So step 1 is to draw your 10 frame. You're going to need to draw it 3 times. Step 2, you're going to fill each 10 frame with 10 counters. Then you're going to cross out however many counters you're taking away from 10 and write a number sentence that matches your diagram or illustration. Got it? And let's look at the work from my second graders. And before we continue, first graders, if you want an extra push to show you are really smart, you can create a word problem that goes with your picture. That is for my superstars. You are going to show ways to take away from 10, come up with a number sentence, and create a word problem that matches your number sentence and pictures. Are you up for the challenge? Come on, you can do it. Second graders, you are going to create your own problem-solving story or word problem using the numbers 64 and 18. So in your story, you're going to have to use the numbers 64 and 18. You decide if your story is going to be representing addition or subtraction. Remember to show your cubes strategy. So once you write that story, make sure that you use the cube strategy to show your work. Remember, cubes is circle the key numbers, underline your question, box the action words, eliminate extra information, and show your work and solve. And again, you know I love to give you a challenge. So second grade superstars, if you are really up for a push, then you can create an addition and a subtraction story. Make sure you show how you modeled to get your answer. Don't just give me an answer. Show me how you got your work by going through each of those cube steps. Go ahead and write the number 64 and 18 on your paper so you can remember what numbers you're using for your word problem. Put your mathematician hat on and get ready to begin, mathematicians. Thanks for joining us today. I enjoyed working with you. I hope you learned something new about solving one-step addition and subtraction problems. Go ahead and finish your work, your independent practice, and Ms. Ward will see you next time. Be sure to tune in for your next lesson. Have a great day, boys and girls.